Alright, let's talk about a plant that's supposed to be a symbol of wealth and prosperity, but it's hiding a surprisingly sharp secret. You see, this is not your average good luck charm. So meet the Hồng Đá, or as it's called, the stone persimmon. In a lot of places in Asia, especially in Vietnam and China, this little tree is a huge status symbol. People just love it. The idea is that its branches, just loaded with these vibrant fruits, will bring good fortune and, gold right into your home. But here's the thing, this picture-perfect plant isn't nearly as harmless as it looks. Nope, behind that beautiful exterior, there's a pretty serious warning label. So the big question is, what could possibly be so dangerous? To really get to the bottom of this secret, we first have to understand the obsession. I mean, why are people willing to shell out an absolute fortune for this one tiny tree? And believe me, fortune is not an exaggeration. A single, really exceptional tree in Vietnam sold for a jaw-dropping $135 million. That is thousands and thousands of US dollars for one little decorative plant. It's wild. So what's the big deal? Well, it's kind of the perfect storm. Culturally, those fruit-covered branches are this powerful symbol of just abundance. On a practical level, it's a super tough, long-living hardwood. And just look at it. It's the very definition of prosperity. But the real magic, the thing that truly sets this plant apart from everything else, is the fruit. It does something that almost seems to defy the laws of nature. As the fruit gets ripe, it goes through this gorgeous transformation. It starts out green, but then it turns into this brilliant, eye-popping orange-red that just looks incredible against the dark green leaves. Okay, now this is the part that's truly amazing. Most fruits, they drop or they rot within a few weeks, but the stone persimmon's fruits can stay on the branches for up to, get this, 8 months. 8! I mean, think about that. The tree stays looking beautiful and vibrant for most of the year. So it's easy to see why everyone thinks it's the perfect living ornament, right? It's a constant, long-lasting symbol of wealth that never fades. It really seems like the ideal plant. But of course, perfection usually comes with a catch. And this is where our story takes a very sharp turn, because this plant's beauty, well, it comes with a serious bite. And I mean that literally, from its fruit all the way down to its branches. I mean, just look at that fruit. It looks like a sweet, delicious little gem just hanging there, doesn't it? It's almost begging you to reach out, pluck it, and take a little taste. But seriously, whatever you do, you have to resist that temptation, because taking a bite would be a very, very bad mistake. You see, this plant has a pretty nasty two-part defense system. First off, the fruit itself has toxins that will cause some really severe diarrhea if you eat it. Not pleasant. And then, for a second line of defense, the branches are covered in these sharp thorns. If you accidentally poke yourself, it can cause this painful swelling that lasts for days. But the dangers aren't the only secrets this plant is holding on to. It's got a few other fascinating little quirks up its sleeve. For starters, these plants are either male or female, and it's only the female plants that produce that super valuable, super vibrant, and super toxic fruit. But of course, you can't have the fruit without pollination, so you've gotta have the male plants around too. What's really interesting is that despite all the danger, this plant is far from useless. In China, parts of it are actually used in traditional medicine to help with blood circulation. And that poisonous fruit, well, you can process it to create this incredible, brilliant red paint or dye. So when you really step back and look at the whole picture, what you've got is just a perfect example of one of nature's beautiful little contradictions. At the end of the day, the stone persimmon is so much more than just a pretty plant. It's a living lesson, really, that incredible value, breathtaking beauty, and some serious danger can all exist together in the very same place. It's a total paradox, right? On one hand, you have the allure of fortune, but it comes with the warning of poisonous fruit. It's got this beautiful, long-lasting appearance, but it's protected by sharp thorns. It has this huge price tag, but it absolutely demands that you treat it with caution and respect. You know, the story of this little tree really gets you thinking. It kind of leaves you with one last question. How often do we look at something, or even someone, and just value it for its beauty on the surface, without ever bothering to understand the complex and sometimes even dangerous story that's hiding just underneath?